Hey, Maddie, you there? I just wanted to let you know that we've come back home.
Oh, wow, I haven't heard from you in a while, Cade. What do you mean that you've come back home?
I mean that we're back, and we're here back at Mom and Dad's, and we're going to be living here from now on.
Really? I didn't know about that at all. Did Dad say that was alright? I don't remember him even ever mentioning that you were going to be moving here.
Well, I already apologized to him and everything that happened between him and I. And it's not like he ever said that we couldn't come back to live with him, so...
Are you sure about this? I really feel like I would have been told if this was going to be happening. I really don't have a good feeling about this.
Well, we're already here, so there really isn't much that needs to be done now. Besides, I'm sorry to you for everything that's happened, okay?
Right. Thanks for that, I guess.
Yeah, I'm sorry, whatever, jeez. I'm sorry for not showing up at Mom's funeral. I'm sorry for selling your favorite violin to strangers online. I'm sorry for all of that stuff.
I appreciate you apologizing, but you do know that there's a vast difference between apologizing and being forgiven, right?
Of course I know all of that. But back then, I was just in a lot of debt and under a lot of pressure that made me do crazy things.
You even sold Mom's wedding dress, though. Were you really that desperate? You have no idea how sad it made Dad and I to hear that you'd done that.
And I'm really sorry for all of that. I also promised to pay everyone back for the trouble that I caused them.
You're gonna pay us back for all that. You're sure about it?
Well, Dad is just living at home all by himself, right? So Vicky and I are going to move in with him and we'll help take care of him and pay off our debts to him that way.
Wait a second, is that why you kept using we? Who's Vicky? Did you get married without telling us or something?
I guess I forgot to mention that as well. But it's okay, it's not like we even had a big wedding or anything like that.
So then even your wife is on board with moving in with our dad?
Of course, and I've already talked to Dad about it, so it's all fine. In fact, it was my wife who was so upset with me when I told her the way that I used to be. She was the one who said that we should move back and take care of Dad in order to pay back for all of the bad things in my past.
I see. Well, I think that she sounds like a really good partner for you then, Cade.
I would like to think so. But the only thing that I'm really worried about is living in a house that's so old that it's almost falling apart.
That's a good point. I mean, that house is older than either of us at this point.
Yeah, I'm having a kind of hard time wrapping my head around it all now that I'm back. And was the house always this dark?
Dad let some of the light bulbs go out in the house and just hasn't bothered to change any of them. Which makes me wonder, are you gonna be okay in a dark house like that? I remember when we were little, you used to not even be able to go to the bathroom by yourself at night after watching a scary movie.
Oh, come on. Did you just seriously ask that? Of course I'm gonna be fine. I'm not some little kid anymore, you know?
Well, if Dad said it was okay, then I won't put up any fight to you coming back. But I just want to make clear that what you did in the past was theft, plain and simple. You weren't responsible with your money, so you started taking others' money to pay off your debts. You even stole precious items that belonged to family and friends just to make ends meet. In a word, you really betrayed us. You know that, right?
I know, and I'm really genuinely sorry. I'm not asking you to trust me just because I'm coming back here. I want you to know that I'm really trying to turn a new leaf and I want to be a better person.
That's good to hear, little bro. It really is. And just what made you want to come back home so suddenly anyways?
Well, I finally managed to pay back all of my debt and things have finally really settled down for me. So after all of this reflection that I've been doing, I decided, at my wife's urging, I wanted to try to help take care of Dad.
Well, okay, I certainly hope that's the real reason for all of this. But if you repeat the same behavior that you did before, I am never, ever going to forgive you. And if I find out that anything has been stolen or gone missing, I'll be reporting it to the police and explaining your past history.
Well, I think that's only fair that you would say that after everything.
Don't betray Dad again, Cade, I mean it. He's older and slower now, and he needs care.
I know, and that really is why I wanted to come back and be there for him, I swear. And I'm sorry that you even have to say these things to me, although I know I deserve hearing them.
I'm just glad that you seem to be really genuine in your apology, Cade.
Well, I'm already 30 years old, and I can't just be that person that I was anymore. It's time that I finally grew up.
I'm glad that you feel that way. Anyways, I'm gonna head over to the house as well right now.
You're going to come here? Like, right now? I thought that you lived in the next state over, right?
I do, yeah, but if your wife is gonna be moving in with you as well, I at least have to say hi to her. I mean, she's the sister-in-law I never even knew I had. It would be rude not to.
I know, but we're going to be really busy here unpacking and taking care of the house and stuff. Maybe we could just do like a video call or something like that?
No, I really don't mind the drive at all, and I can help you both in getting set up around there. Besides, I really want to meet her, Cade. But if you really want some time, I can give that to you. I think the next time that I'll be able to go down to the house would be around the summer.
I think we'd rather go with that, if that's okay with you. And then I'll have no problem introducing you to Vicky around then.
Okay then. I'll see you soon. And please take good care of Dad. Hey there, Cade. Where are you guys right now?
I'm at the casino with Vicky right now. Can't talk. Kind of busy.
Oh, Cade, don't tell me that you've started gambling again. Don't you remember that's what landed you in all of that debt in the first place?
I know, but this time I'm just doing it for fun. I'm not putting anything crazy on the line. There is no way that I'm going to walk away from this with any sort of financial problems at all. Anyways, what is it? What did you have to talk to me about?
Well, I just wanted to let you know that I'm home, at Dad's home that is. But there's no one here and I can't get a hold of Dad either right now.
Oh yeah, Dad is pretty busy too today, I think.
He is? Well, do you know what he's busy doing?
Well, I imagine he's busy since he pretty much just moved out of the house. He's probably unpacking somewhere or something.
Wait, what? Dad moved out of the house? What's that supposed to mean? Did something happen? Why would he do that?
I don't know, but he said he was giving the house and we didn't make any complaints. I guess maybe he just wanted to give me a second chance with my own house.
But that doesn't make any sense. That house was more than big enough for all of you to live in. Did something happen that you're not telling me, Cade?
There's not really anything that I can think of. Dad just kind of packed up his things and said that he was leaving one day.
Well, do you even have any idea where he is right now?
I seriously have no clue at all, Maddie. He probably found some room to rent and an apartment to move into. That's probably why he moved out in the first place.
But you said that you were moving there to take care of him, remember? You said that's what you wanted to do to make up for your past.
Well, I can't help it if Dad chose to move out of his own free will. Why are you trying to spin all of this back on me, huh?
I just want to know why it was that Dad chose to move out suddenly when he's had no problems being in that house before.
Well, then why don't you go and ask him yourself, because I had nothing to do with it.
That really just doesn't sound right to me. I mean, he spent decades of his life in that house. He wouldn't just leave.
Well, he did, and now he's gone, and the house is mine, okay?
And Dad said that you could have the house. He said those words.
Of course he did. So you need to stop thinking of it as Dad's house and start thinking of it as mine and Vicky's place, got it?
This was always your plan, wasn't it? You never came back just because you wanted to help take care of Dad. You just wanted to try to push him out of his own home.
Oh, please, don't go making accusations like that if you can't prove them. Anyways, I've already explained to you the facts of what happened. So if you ever want to visit our hometown again, I'm sorry, but you'll just have to rent a hotel room. We can't just be letting anyone into our private home now. Maddie, are you there? I think that something is seriously wrong with the house and I'm starting to get really freaked out. Do you think that you can come over and check it out?
Sorry, Cade, but I'm actually quite busy right now and don't really have time for this. Besides, it's your house now, right? Why don't you fix something if it's broken?
It isn't my house, though. I haven't changed the name on the deed or anything. So it's still our old house. So please just get over here right now.
What's the matter with the house? You just upset because it makes noises or something? It's an old place. I really don't think that you could expect anything else from it.
It's not just that. Ever since Dad left, some really freaky stuff has been happening. It's more than just the usual weird old house noises. There's water dropping and a bunch of other stuff that I've never seen before.
Oh, really? Well, I didn't know about any of that. Maybe the house is just getting extra old.
It's not that. I'm telling you that something is going on around here. I really think that the whole house might be haunted.
Cade, come on, you're 30. Do you really think that you live in a haunted house?
I really don't know. You remember how you always used to tell me our house was built on top of that old burial ground or something? Well, lately I've noticed more weird noises, doors opening after I've closed them, and so many other things. I really think that there might be a ghost or even ghosts. And the worst part was that last week, I even hired a psychic to come over, and they didn't even do anything.
Well, did they see or say anything about this so-called haunting?
No, but they still charged the full $2,000 for the service.
Hold on a second, you paid someone $2,000 to come into the house and look for ghosts?
Not just anyone, it was a real psychic. I looked them up online and everything. I thought that they were legit, which is why I hired them.
I really just don't even know what to say. Do you expect me to pity you after the way you stole the house from Dad?
You know, Vicky said something the other day that made me really worried. She said that she thinks it might be the spirit of Mom haunting us because she's mad we threw Dad out.
You know what? I might be starting to come around to this idea, actually. And if it really was Mom, then I bet she'd be furious about what you did to Dad.
But what are we supposed to do? How are we supposed to stay at a place like this?
I don't really think that you deserve to be living in a place like that if you ask me.
Maybe I should go and visit Mom's grave. After all, she died in the house. But maybe if I go and visit her there, her spirit will finally be laid to rest.
But if her spirit is restless, it would have to be for a reason, right? And nothing like this ever happened when it was just Dad living there. This all started when you two showed up. I think the problem whatever spirit is in your house has is with you two.
So you think that might really be Mom? Or maybe some old dead soldier?
I really have no idea who it would be, but I've never experienced anything like this, so you'll have to find your own way out of this.
Please, Maddie, you have to help us. Can you at least come over and see if you see anything wrong with the place? I tried calling Dad, but he's not answering me at all.
And why would he? Do you remember all that you did to him before you ran off and fell into even deeper debt? You sold his things, took money out of his wallet, ate his food without ever putting any back. Why do you think he would come to help you out after all that? And I imagine you've been doing similar stuff since you moved back in with him too.
I know, I made a lot of mistakes, but I was just really desperate for money.
You mean still? I thought that you said you paid everything back.
I mean, I did a bit, but I still have some left over.
I really just don't even know how to deal with you anymore. Is this why you wanted to try to take the house from Dad? Did you think you would be able to sell it and make a quick buck or something?
I didn't think that it was that bad of an idea, if I'm being honest.
Well, then I suppose the only option you have left now is to pray, Cade.
And just what is that supposed to mean? Why would I have to do that?
You know, I was trying to play this down for you so that you wouldn't freak out, but... well, I think that I might be a little psychic myself.
What do you mean? Are you serious?
I really am. And the last time I went over to the house and there was no one there, I was overwhelmed with this huge sense of dread and doom. I didn't want to spend another second in there if I didn't have to.
So then you felt it too? You really think there's something else going on here?
The house, or the spirits, whatever it is. I felt something in there and it was not good. I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't even be talking. Maybe Dad really did know best and he just cut you both off for his own protection from this.
Wait, what? You can't just leave me here like this. What are we supposed to do?
I think the only way to fix all this would be to set things back the way they were. You have to let Dad come home and give him the deed back. If you keep trying to sell the house like this, well, who knows what might happen to you. I'm just glad I won't be there to see it.
But if I don't sell the house, then how am I supposed to get money for my debt?
I have no idea. That's another problem for you to find your own way out of. But you had the money to hire a psychic to come to your place and look things over, right? Maybe you should have put that money towards your debts instead.
But we borrowed that money from Vicky's parents. It wasn't even money that we had to spend in the first place.
You really just don't know when to quit, do you? All you ever do is cause trouble for those around you, Cade. But if you sell the house, then I think that these spirits are never going to leave you alone again. There won't be any way to guarantee your safety if that happens.
But something's already happening. I mean, Vicky already is saying that she doesn't feel good. Oh no, it really is starting. What should we do? Please, you have to do something to help us. I'm praying to Mom, I'm burning sage, I'm spreading the holy water, and still nothing is changing.
Cade, I can't help you out of this one. You did this, and you're the only one who's going to be able to fix it.
But I didn't even do anything wrong. I just needed to pay back my debts, that's all.
And just who took out those loans in the first place? You should have never come back home. But now, you need to get out as fast as you can.
Hey there, Maddie. I'm so sorry that I'm just getting back to your messages right now. I was doing a lot of moving boxes and unpacking, and I finally just reached a resting point right now.
Oh, Dad, finally! I've been waiting all day to hear from you. Where are you right now?
You know that old-timey convenience store in Old Town, right? Well, I'm renting a room in the apartment building right across the street from it.
But, Dad, those are some of the nastiest looking apartments in town. Why would you go there?
You know, that's what I thought too, but it's really just bad on the outside. The inside is actually surprisingly luxurious.
Oh, Dad, I'm so confused. Did you really let Cade and his wife take the house from you? Cade told me that you said he could have it and that you just walked out with all your stuff. I know that can't be the whole truth, though. Something must have happened.
The truth of what happened is that those two sneaky little rats stole the deed to the house.
I knew something like this was going to happen. But, Dad, you should have said something to me. I would have done something to help you. You can't just let Cade go back to his old ways and think that he can take whatever he wants from people.
No, trust me, I'm not just rolling over to them. They're going to learn just what a huge mistake they've made in good time.
What does that mean?
Well, you know how old that house is, right, sweetie?
I mean, it's not the shiniest, newest house or anything like that, that's for sure.
It's okay, Maddie. You can say that. The whole place is falling apart. I really don't mind. In the past, I thought of selling the house and the land and just letting someone turn that space into a parking lot or something. So now that I've been forced out of the house, the timing couldn't be better for me to do so.
But I thought you said that they stole the deed of the house, right? So how can you sell the house if you don't have that?
Oh, don't worry. I've already thought way ahead of them stealing that from me.
You have? You mean you knew something like this was going to happen?
I just thought it was better to hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. Anyways, you remember how scared Cade used to be of the dark, right?
Sure I do, but what does that have to do with anything?
Well, it wasn't just the dark he was afraid of. Remember how scared he used to be of all the creaking and weird sounds the house used to make? We always told him it was because the house was built on top of an old battlefield, remember?
I remember we would tell him that we wanted to scare him into thinking the house was haunted.
Exactly. Now you're starting to put it together.
But that was years and years ago when we were just little kids. You don't think that you can make him scared of this place like that again, do you? Besides, he has this Vicky woman. There's no way that she would fall for any kind of haunted house shtick.
No. Apparently she is quite the little scaredy cat as well.
You're kidding me. I've never met her, so I really have no idea.
You know that one door on the second floor that never ever closes? She always gets so freaked out when she thinks she's closed it, but she comes back and it's opened.
Oh, yeah, it was from that year we got really bad rain and the water damaged the wood in that part of the house, right?
That's right. Anyways, once I figured out that she had some kind of problem with that room, I started leaving more of my belongings in there. And there's a bunch of other problems I've worked hard to build up as mysterious stuff happening around the house. Leaky faucets, books falling off of shelves, the whole 9 yards. So I think that you can expect them to call you about some of this stuff pretty soon.
Why would they be calling me about any of this?
Well, I told them not to bother calling me about anything to do with the house. So I think if they were to call anyone, it would be you. Let me know when they do, and I'll tell you exactly what to say to get them out.
And you really think that this is going to be enough to get them out of the house?
Of course. I bet that you won't even need my help to scare them. After all, you know basically as much about the house as I do. You just need to really play it up, and it'll work. I swear.
I really hope that you're right about this, Dad. But, okay, if this is the plan you've put into motion, I'm on board. But first, I want to speak with my lawyer about this for a little bit and see if there isn't a way that we can make sure they stay out.
I am sorry to suck you into this little plot of mine, Maddie.
It's no problem. I was just really hoping that Cade really had put his ways behind him. But also, I brought presents for you, so could you at least tell me where you're living so I can bring them over?
Sure, but it's still quite a bit of mess around here.
That's no problem. I can help you clean up around your new place. Sounds to me like you've already been really busy moving everything out of there by yourself.
Okay then, sounds good. And in exchange, you can pick anywhere to go for dinner, and it'll be my treat.
A few days after that, I heard the news that Cade and his wife finally left the house. My dad texted me when he walked back into the house. All of their things were gone, and they left the deed to the house on the kitchen table. I also heard through the grapevine that Cade and Vicky found jobs and began working hard to pay back all their debts. Needless to say, it was just sheer luck that Vicky happened to not feel so good when all the so-called hauntings were happening. I really didn't think that at their age they would have believed so hard in ghosts, but I suppose we all have our phobias. Dad and I visited Mom's grave and apologized for using her memory to take back the house, but we were sure she'd understand. Dad did end up selling the house in the end, and there were plans to turn it into a parking lot. As soon as construction started, however, it stopped, as human remains were found under the foundation, and people from the local university stepped in to excavate the area.